Welcome everybody to this super chill talk called Did You Know Humans Exist in Game Dev? This is going to be extra super chill because I am jet lagging at the speed of 9 hours in the past per hour. So please forgive me while I'm looking at my notes, trying to wrap my mind around this because I still feel like I'm in a plane. So please bear with me. And I'll also, at some point, I'm going to be rambling a lot. So get on board. Thank you. Okay, these are my credentials that validate or make me, able to like stand up on the stage. My name is Chesna Gomes. I'm human, hopefully not an alien. I'm a third culture kid. I was born and raised in Kuwait, Middle East, for 18 years of my life. My parents are from India, and my passport country is India, but my ancestry is Portuguese, which leaves me with identity crisis, that leads me to have a lot of emotions, and that leads me to loving eating pepperoni pizza. And also, I've cosplayed as Tater, Shrek, Sadness, and Zombie Marge. This is some proof. And I also love dancing. Here's some more proof. So now that I've intentionally embarrassed myself, it cannot go downhill from here, right? Hopefully, we go uphill. But why am I telling you all of these when it's not even remotely related to the work that I do? It's simple, but also not. It's because people are complex and more. And as my favorite writers, Ted, Terry, Joe, and Roger, have said, ogres are like onions. Ogres have layers, onions have layers. And you get it, right? We both have layers. So humans essentially are a culmination of their past, their present, their future, geography, history, culture, values, the way that they were brought up and raised. So I'd say that humans are like onions. Humans have layers, and like onions have layers. Sorry. So how do we foster an onion-centric workplace? I'm not telling your workplaces to buy you sacks of onions, just a disclaimer. What I'm saying is that we can use elements of authenticity, empathy, vulnerability, and fun that eventually relay into your team's productivity and your team culture. These form an intricate web that inform each other and cannot survive without each other. Now, before I move forward, I want to acknowledge that everything I say in this presentation is known and probably even cliched. But I want these slides to serve as a reminder and double down on said cliches, as I truly believe that honing on these elements produces results when we put in time and make them work. It's easier said than done. So here is a quick cheat sheet that our team can use to foster an onion-centric environment. Just hands in the room. How many of you all have watched Shrek? Shrek 2, Shrek 3, Shrek 4. Okay, Shrek 4 peeps, I'm with you. So, fostering authenticity. So in Shrek, right, these characters are given a space to express themselves and express their individuality. I believe that they each bring spiciness to the IP of Shrek. I really like Miss Queen, Big Bad Wolf here because I believe that they are embodying and expressing themselves and obviously slaying. We are, as you have already probably guessed, referencing a lot of Shrek today, so bear with me. I'm not going to go deep dive into these references. I've read a couple of papers not many, but there's material out there. And Ranjay Gulati says that leaders and companies have recognized that organizational performance hinges on the ability of employees to project individuality in the workplace. If workers have latitude to express themselves, they'll feel more inspired and do better work. So using quirks and embracing our quirks are our superpowers. I personally have a quirk of being very blunt and straightforward, and that can sometimes come across as being rude. However, I am trying to foster the habit of using this and turning it into a superpower by expressing my intentions between what I say, how I say it, the tone, the time, and it should never come as a personal attack to somebody. Speaking to who we are, we all come from different walks of lives. We have a lot of experiences. So standing up for ourselves, our values, and just, again, expressing yourself, don't ever shy away. Being curious and asking questions. One of our coaches has said, be interested versus being interesting. So always ask people, what they're up to, who they are. It can start from small talk, but then eventually it will get deeper and deeper. The next one, I have not even turned my page, but sure. Let me go back. I just want to wrap this up and say that all these small and simple techniques would, in my experience, create a safe space for people to be themselves, encourage them to think out of the box, think differently, add that level of spiciness in the product or the work that we are doing. All right, am I good on time? Sure. Move on. Fostering empathy. So we all are familiar with empathy, and as our keynote speakers also dabbled in empathy. In Shrek, though, have we ever stopped to think what caused the villains to be villains? Right? I like the scene here where soon-to-be King Arthur, he opens the space with empathy and vulnerability, with authenticity and vulnerability to invite people to be themselves, shows compassion. And he says that just because people treat you a certain way doesn't mean you are that person. You define who you want to be. Once he says that, that Captain Hook is like, I always wanted to grow daffodils. And Miss Queen, evil stepmom, is like, I wanted to open a spa in France. So they have that onion layers too, right? And empathy cannot work alone. You need to be vulnerable, and you need to also be authentic with showing empathy or having empathy. Craig Dickerson says, curiosity leads to empathy, which creates space for compassion. Just as knowing is the enemy of learning, judgment is the enemy of empathy. Judgment says, I am right. But empathy asks, what am I missing? So giving people benefit of the doubt. Fam, you never know what people are going through. They have probably woken up on the wrong side of the bed. And you don't know if they have said something, what is their true intention behind what they have said. So be kind to people. It's as simple as that. Again, this is a repetitive point here, but be curious and asking questions. You do not know the number of times, even in my personal life, being curious and asking questions have saved my butt from being angry, from holding grudges, and from building resentment towards people. And once you ask those questions, have active listening. Listen to the people. What are they feeling? What are they saying? What is their body language even saying to you? Sometimes silence is also a good way to listen to people. Next one is fostering vulnerability. Now, this character here holds a special place in my heart. I feel like I embody this character. It's King Harold, but not King Harold, the OG King Harold, right? This man is deeply flawed, He fights a lot of internal battles within himself, but shows a lot of vulnerability and courage and bravery when he stands up to fairy godmother and is like, I protect my daughter, so hence I'm doing X, Y, Z. Or even because he's in a position of power, ask for forgiveness with Shrek and Fiona and gives them his blessing. So that itself is an act of vulnerability. Timothy R. Clark, in his paper, says that speaking up is a highly valuable, vulnerable behavior, such as giving an incorrect answer, expressing disagreement, challenging the ways things are done. We might not see it in our day-to-day life or clock it immediately, but this is a way of being vulnerable with your people. Along with having a speak up culture, it's also good to observe when people are doing so. It's because that shows you what people stand for, shows you that they are being authentic and what they value, and then you can take that on into your team culture as well. Sharing feelings quickly as you feel them. Again, we want to avoid holding resentment or anything of that sort. So soon as you feel something, obviously we need to figure out how we want to react to that situation. But it's important to open up. And my favorite returning one is being curious and asking questions, particularly asking what questions. But why is being vulnerable important? It helps us build understanding and seeing another perspective of where the other person's coming from, and you then have empathy and compassion from that person. This then moves into having better conflict resolutions and having less tensions in your teams, and also increasing relationships with your fellow peers. How are we for time? Am I doing good? Okay. Sweet, thank you. Where am I? Oh, last but not the least. This is my favorite element, probably pretty underrated and pretty underestimated. I feel like the movie Shrek couldn't be possible or would be pretty boring, like a drama comedy situation, if we did not have the silliness, humor, fun, and joy that Donkey and Shrek brings into this franchise. So I'm just going to read, I'm probably butchering the name here, but Michelle Linsmeyer, they say that creating a joyful workplace is not the same as dealing with issues of stress, fatigue, burnout, and resilience. Focusing on immediate interactions and instances, for example, getting to know your colleagues, revitalizing energy, or celebrating accomplishments, a way to do so. It increases group cohesion, reduces stress, etc., etc. A little bit of science in here is laughter releases dopamine, enhances immunity, lowers stress hormones, and humor can assist groups in bonding and forming a group identity, even in times of chaos in their outer world, even when we are facing adversity. I think I personally love when fun is brought into a team. And you can do so by, having team activities, going out, team lunches, having a lot of games even. Remembering that your colleagues are human first. Outside of work, they also have stresses of life. And sometimes at work, people just want to chill, take a break, have a yarn, laugh, and, just have a good time because you're spending 8 hours of your life at work. So it is a part of your life. Developing play and user testing together. I feel like as game developers, we can fall rather quickly in the pit of forgetting why we do our jobs, and therefore playing games and having fun together, we feel that experience of how we probably felt as kids when we were playing games. And that could also help us realize that, oh, this is what I want our players to feel. This is the same feeling I want our players to feel. So it serves as a reminder. And user testing together and user testing your game together is a great way of even seeing how your own teammates play your game. They might play it in type A, type B, type C, and then you can then understand that, okay, I know why this person is pushing for this feature because this is how they like playing the game. And my favorite one is having silly rituals. This can be anything that is not at the expense of anyone. For example, question of the day, GIF of the week. My favorite one, this is something that we do in our team, is at the end of stand-up, every morning we put our hands in and we say, "Go team." It's super cringe, y'all. But this has now turned into like work from home. Like when we are work from home, we can't physically do that. Now it's turned into like sparkly jazz fingers towards the camera. And I love that. I personally like it because it shows that we are in this together, regardless of whatever is happening. And we're embracing the cringe, as Emma from our company keeps saying. So that's amazing. So enough with the philosophy talk, Chesna. Do you actually walk the talk or do you just talk the talk, right? So how do we do this in our team? And my teammates are here and probably they can vouch for it. I'm probably blowing it up a bit proportion because I know there's room for improvement. So we have team time with everybody, from Mario, our CEO, to Jeremy, our CTO, to even playing games with Tyron. We've played board games, we've had charades. There are times we go sit, not with this team, I've done it with my previous team. We've gone to Civic Square, we have sat in a circle and we have complimented each other and we just literally touched grass, right? So having team time, even in the midst of a stressful situation, a deadline or whatever, is a must. Celebrating wins and being curious on losses. It's important to celebrate each and every milestone, but at the same time, when we do not accomplish something or something's not hit a certain way, it's important for us to like sit and reflect on why the things went the way it did. Having healthy conflicts and celebrate each other. Because we have created this space of empathy, vulnerability, authenticity, there's a safe space now that people on my team, if they're having a conflict or they feel at edge with each other, they can have one-on-ones to resolve misunderstandings and miscommunication and it gets easier, right? It gets easier as you build that trust with the person. Also, because it's a safe space, we can easily own up to our mistakes in a public setting, and we can also apologize, whilst also celebrating each other in a public space wherever possible. And we talk up people to our management team or whoever. Tearing our own work into shreds in a good way, no ego. So I think this is important to keep our egos aside. I know game development is a very creative field and it's a very, very fragile field where we can get attached to our work. But from time to time, again, because it's a safe space, people can keep their egos aside, see what's working, what's not working, and can align and get on board with the vision of what game we are building. Safe space, discuss team culture. From time to time, we also discuss team culture, from types of humor and jokes that are allowed to the team, to seating arrangements, to noise levels, to, just working style. I think it's important for the dynamic of the team and striking that balance as well. And my favorite is onboarding, setting expectations. So a question that I ask people who join my team is, what do you expect from us? What do you expect from your lead? What do you expect from me as your production person? What are your expectations? How do you like to work? Things like that. So asking those questions, hearing them out, then gives me an opportunity to tell them, this is what I expect from you when you are on my team as well. That sets us both up to be accountable for each other. And whenever we drop the ball or anything like that, it makes it easier to be like, XYZ has happened, why, and it's an ongoing process. But during this questioning, again, being curious and asking questions really helps us to set expectations. So, to summarize, this is my favorite character, by the way. think he's going through a lot. How does it impact the project, a production point of view? So how does all of these elements, authenticity, vulnerability, empathy, fun, impact the project? And I'm not going to elaborate on this. Take it how you will. It's communication. It's alignment, whether it's team alignment, vision alignment, goal alignment, your company strategy alignment. And it creates a safe space for people to be themselves and express themselves. As a production person, the process loop looks and feels like this. Try, lose, bliss. Shrek 4 people, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to say this in a very mysterious way. I don't think you'll understand. I wrote this, I think, when I was on the plane. Try, lose, bliss is a process, a never-ending, intricate process puzzle of trying to balance all of these said elements together to create an harmonious ecosystem that feeds off of each other. Bro, I literally don't know what I wrote, but I feel like there's something to it if you sit and unpack it, like try, lose, bliss, right? But I think this is what I mean, right? This is at least a process in my brain. I think that all of these things, right, like empathy, vulnerability, etc., increases your understanding and perspective of where the person's coming from, why they're saying what they're saying, etc., etc. That increases your communication, becomes easier to talk back and forth, ask questions, things like that. That increases then your clarity of what the vision of the game is, where you're aligning, your team culture, etc. That also then increases productivity of your team. Like, because all of these systems and everyone, you know, your decision making and everything is set in stone, people do not have to question anything. It's like quick. The work is quick. And because it's then a safe space, people do not feel afraid or are not shy to seek for feedback, to receive feedback, and to give feedback, because nobody has any ill will or any bad intentions here. And then it goes back to, you know, understanding and then communication, clarity, etc., etc. Well, okay. I invite everyone now to take a deep breath with me. Okay, that was me rambling. Oh, wait. No, I didn't finish it. Wait. Hold up. Okay. Well, I hope this talk reminds us all that we are humans first, and that when we put an effort into being authentic, vulnerable, empathetic, and joyous towards each other, game development becomes a tad more easier to do. Thank you. Anyone have questions? It's pretty deep talk, right? So I don't know. If you want to unpack things after this, I'm available. Yes.
Have you ever had a situation where you've got two people on a team and they're both great, but it's just like, no matter what you do, they just knock heads. You know, they've just got different ways of doing everything, and so they're just getting on each other's nerves all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And what do you do about that?
We just sit together. Honestly, this has happened at time after time. It's not to fault to people, you know, like, again, they have a lot of layers, right? So we sit together, we unpack what's going on, we talk about why this person's done this person's done that, and then it becomes easier to like form that bond and understanding of different work styles and why X gets on Y's nerves or why aren't they collaborating. So I think your first thing is just talking together and not just making them both talk. It's important for you to be there in the room as well. So it's like they don't punch at each other, but they punch at you kind of a thing. If they have any frustrations, it comes on you. So it's not like they have anything against each other. But yeah, that's what I can think on top of my head.
Thank you.
Thanks for the question. It was nice.
So you talked about expectations and sharing expectations and hearing an onboarding team member's expectations. What happens if they state an expectation that you are not sure you can actually deliver on?
I will try to find a workaround, I think. Thank you for the question, Kara. Yeah, I think I'll try to find a middle ground with them. And if we don't, honestly, I've not hit that point yet. Yes, I've had expectations that I cannot meet, but I will try to do my best where I can meet them halfway at least. And if they do not want to rock the boat with me or get on the boat with me, then that's something that I can probably deal with later. Because again, I have no experience with it, so I do not have an answer for that. But yeah, thank you. All right. Feels good. Thank you so much for your support, guys. This was great. And continue to ask questions and be curious. Thank you all.